Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Helena Grant, transformational life coach and the existential crisis killer. And I tried to continue my streak of going live at noon every day for the past week, earlier today, and it didn't work out. So here I am a little bit later, but continuing on this path which I had been called to many times before, but sometimes it takes us a long time to sort of come around and be willing to accept the guidance and the inspiration that is given to us. So today is Wednesday, and I wanted to take a little bit more time today. The past week, I've been showing up for anywhere around offering and delivering messages that I receive in meditation and talking about how to apply their gifts into our everyday practical life. And that actually came from coaching someone else. And one of the many things that I love about being a transformational life coach is hearing the advice that I give to people and thinking, oh, if I'm saying this to someone else, I'm also saying it so that I can hear it. And I think that aligns with this sort of concept of walking your walk and talking your talk, not just saying, oh, you need to do this. I'm above this. You go and do it. It's really about kind of getting in the trenches with your own experience and exploring what information that has come to you and that you can deliver. And I see that 3 people are watching right now. Feel free to jump in the chat and say hello, say where you are. Again, I've been doing a lot of these. They've been very short, very quick. Today is a little bit longer for Wednesday wisdom. So what I wanted to say about that was that, we really need to show up for ourselves. We need to show up for what we want. We need to show up for the universe. And when I say universe, it means the one song, sort of the greater, larger, higher energy that connects us all, that contributes to our own higher intelligence, our intuition, our beingness. And when we really get in touch with what we want, we are then able to ask for what we want. And the universe needs to know what we want so that it can provide it for us. The universe is an incredible energy that wants to give all the time. And as humans, we have incredible manifesting abilities. And I know manifesting is like a really big buzzword still. You might even be sort of tired of hearing about it. But that is the concept that we can have spirit come through us, give us an inspiration, give us a vision, give us an idea, and that we can act on it. We can bring it into form. Spirit cannot create. Spirit can create through us. And universe, spirit, source, God, higher power, whatever terminology you want to use, but I do like universe. So the universe is constantly asking us what we want through giving us things. And if we aren't actively stating and going after what we want, the universe is just going to keep giving us things. And a lot of times those things that it gives us are based on past gifts delivered. And I say gifts, of course, sometimes those can be really wonderful things, happy things, beneficial things, things that we greatly enjoy. And sometimes they can be things that we might not feel are as appealing. They can be experiences that cause us grief, that cause us sorrow, that cause us pain. But anyone who has been through any of those experiences, or maybe is even going through them right now, you know that there are gifts in there. It's just up to us to find them and to activate them and act on them. So when we really get in touch with what we want, which actually takes some effort. Then we can ask the universe for it. And even with that intent and intention behind asking for what we want, the universe might give us things that don't necessarily sync up in our minds with what we think we wanted. It's almost like a conversation of giving. The universe is like, oh, you said this is what you wanted. Is this it? Is this what it looks like? And we're like, no, that's not it. That's not it exactly. No. This isn't what I wanted. It's sort of like what I wanted, but it's not totally like what I wanted. And so the universe gives us something else, or we change what we wanted. So there's a lot of back and forth and give and take. And a really big variable in this equation is the fact that we are changing all the time. So it's okay to not only change yourself, but it's also okay to change what you want. But it's really important to get in touch with what you want. Oh, hello, Amanda. Nice to see you. Only good intentions and positive vibrations should be applied. Good intentions, very, very helpful, definitely. Positive vibrations, also very helpful. Both of those things require a lot of energy. And a lot of times our brains will proceed on a channel of moving towards the negative. It's easy that way. So we want to correct the course and yes, aim for the positive and the good, but there's always the bad and the negative mixed in there. It's more about seeking that middle path. And existential crisis killer is one of my terms. It was delivered in dream guidance for me to call myself that, because 2020 has been one big existential crisis for a lot of us. Really getting in touch with who we are. And that's so difficult sometimes when we have external factors that are just stripped away that were really helping us conceive of who we are and get in touch with it. And now we've had all this time to get to know ourselves. And it's like, well, who am I? What do I want? So I invite you to start asking that question. What do I want? And you might find that your system recoils at that question. So if that happens, if an answer does not come up for you immediately to the question, what do I want? I invite you to ask, what don't I want? Again, the brain takes that negative channel. It's very easy. It's very fluid. And it's a lot easier sometimes to get in touch with what you don't want. So you can even make a list of all the things you don't want. You can create a don't want inventory. I don't want a low bank account. I don't want muffin tops on my abdominals. I don't want to be alone. And look at those things, those don't wants, welcome them in. They're like lost children. The universe has given us things maybe that we think we don't want because it's asking us, okay, you don't want these things. Well, maybe the don't wants will help you get in touch with the do wants. And when we identify what we do want, it might be harder to move towards it, to activate ourselves to attaining it. But that's when we move into a completely different conversation with the universe. We can start dancing more than just feeling like we're thrown around. We can start exchanging rather than feeling like we're getting pummeled. And then the universe can start to fill us up more so that we can deliver our gifts in a whole new way. So one of the other questions I had to ask you is, are you making space to receive what you say you're asking for and what the universe wants to give you? Sometimes that's emotional space. Sometimes that's physical space because we exist on the material plane. Sometimes that's spiritual space. Sometimes, that space can take a lot of different forms. So are you making space to receive? And are you taking the time to acknowledge what you do have, what is available to you, what is in your life, even if it's those things you quote unquote don't want? Promise you, part of you does want those things. And all it wants is some approval, some love, some acceptance, so that you can start to shape those don't wants into do wants. So the don't wants don't keep repeating themselves over and over again. You can turn them into something that you do want more consciously. So if you have an intention that you really want to get in touch with what you do want, really helps to know yourself and to make space to explore what that means. Again, if you hear the question, what do you want? And it makes you sort of back away and you don't want to deal with it, do the don't want inventory and be totally honest with yourself. You could set a timer for 5 minutes and just write all the don't wants. You could aim for 10. This is not about being negative. This is just about taking stock of what might be kicking around in your system, taking up space of the things that you do want. I hope that this insight has provided some inspiration for you, as well as some education and maybe a bit of entertainment. I wish you all the best in your don't want inventories as you move forward in the conversation and the dance with the universe, because the universe wants to know what you want. It needs to know what you want. And so do you, because you are the universe. Until the next, so much love to you. Mwah.